Hello and welcome to Talking Whiskey. My name is Grant and today we're going to be talking about the Ardmore Legacy. So Ardmore is a highland distillery first founded in 1898 and it was founded by Andrew Teacher, who is the son of William Teacher, the blender. Now Teachers is kind of the name that we know today to be the massive big blending company that they are. And they still use Ardmore as part of their blending. So currently Ardmore is owned by Beam Suntory, which is the huge big American Japanese conglomerate. So this is the Ardmore Legacy. This was introduced back in 2014 as part of their non-age statement release. And it's now kind of become a part of their core range. So let's get it poured. There we go. Now this is actually a peated Highland whiskey. So 80% of the malted barley that they use is peated and then the remaining 20% is unpeated. So as always in my videos, I'm going to give a minimum of 3 notes on the nose and a minimum of 3 notes on the taste. Let me know what you guys get in the comments down below. It'd be interesting to see if we're getting something similar or not. So let's go for the nose. So immediately off the front of that, you've got a real light peat. So it's interesting to say it's a light peat, considering it's 80% of the malted barley mash, you could call it, is peated. That's a really light peat. It's almost like a summery, like a summery feel to it. There's honeysuckle in there. Yeah, like a real, honeysuckles, real sweet floral note. Got a bit of caramel going on there as well. There's some vanilla too, only a little bit of vanilla, and it's kind of a more of a fresh vanilla or a vanilla pods that you've just split and opened up as opposed to an artificial vanilla. But yeah, I'm definitely getting like real kind of summer flowers. That peat note is there, but it's very subtle to me. It smells lovely. It's really nice, kind of really fresh, which is bizarre to say when you've got anything involving peat smoke, but it's almost like a fresh peat smoke. Do you know, it kind of makes me think about almost like a white wine. I mean, that could be the color that's kind of making me think that as opposed to anything else. Yeah, kind of like a summer fruity white wine. And that kind of peat note in there, it's kind of coming across almost ashy. So it's like you're sitting by a campfire. It's kind of the afternoon, it's a lovely summer's day, you've got a nice white wine, the campfire's just gone out or you've just put it out, so you kind of got that ashy smell as the embers kind of smolder in the background. Yeah, that's what's making me think of. Right, let's go for the taste. Okay, the peat comes out a lot more in the taste than it does in the smell. So a lot of those kind of summery, summer flower, that kind of honeysuckle, those sweet floral notes have kind of taken a real step back. You got this big punch of this peat, but it's kind of it's an ashy peat. It's not a big kind of Isla, like iodine, medicinal, meaty or briny peat. It's none of that. Yeah, so it's none of those kind of typical Isla peat notes that you get. It's a lot more of a kind of like a campfire, embers, smoke note going on in the background. It's not massively punchy, but it's definitely there, and it's quite good actually. As though it wouldn't be. It is quite good. So behind all that peat and the flowery note, as in that kind of sweet floral note, not flowery as in flour they use for to bake a cake. Cool, imagine that in a whiskey. That would be weird. Actually, if anybody does know that in a whiskey, tell me about it because I want to find it and see if I can try it. But after you've had all that kind of sweet floral note and the peat, there is that little bit of that kind of, I almost want to say like a typical Speyside thing going on in the background. You've kind of got like a real subtle honey, like a little bit of caramel and honey in the background of it. Do you know what, the finish is quite small, but it almost finishes like a little bit, I want to say creamy. like it lingers, but it kind of lingers like you've almost had, I want to say vanilla yogurt, but it's not yogurt at all. But like, you know, if you've got like a real sweet vanilla yogurt and you take a spoonful of it and then you don't go back for another spoonful, you've kind of got that creamy kind of vanilla aftertaste. That's kind of how it feels, but a lot less vanilla, but that kind of slightly creamy thing. It's definitely not yogurt, but just yogurt popped into my head is the best way to try and describe it. Right, let's put a little bit of water in it. Let's see what happens with a little bit of water. There we go, just a little drop. Straw's after me again. This happens every so often. Right, so let's see what's happened with a little bit of water in it. Oh, okay, so the peat seems to have come out a little bit more. Kind of, yeah, just seems to come to the forefront a little bit more. A lot of it seems to have stayed the same, actually. It's kind of just muted it a little bit. It feels like everything that was going on was a little bit more kind of pretty and flowery. Now it kind of feels a little bit muted. I'm trying to think of the best way I can describe that. You've still got that kind of sweet floral note going on in there as well. You've still got that little bit of vanilla. You've got that kind of campfire ash from the peat going out with a little bit of embers in it. Yeah, honeysuckle. I want to say honeysuckle. That's the kind of floral thing that I want to say. It still feels a little bit kind of like summer white wine-ish, but yeah, as I said, it just feels like a little bit muted. Like it's kind of, yeah, like you're playing a really good song and you kind of go, let's turn that down a little bit. Like there was no need for it, kind of thing. But it doesn't take away that it's still nice or it's still good to listen to, kind of thing. Right, let's go for a taste and see what's happened. Oh, hello. Whoa, okay. So the water's done something interesting with the taste. That peat note in it, that kind of campfire ash has just gone boom. It's just absolutely rocketed. And that's come out really strong. Interesting. Let's go in again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's now like the dominant thing. And now the aftertaste is really ashy. Like a load of that sweetness and all those floral things, that kind of vanilla, that kind of creaminess, that's all gone. That feels like, well, it's all gone, but there's that honey, that honey is still there as well. But now it's just campfire ash. And it's like the aftertaste is ashy as well. That has dramatically changed the taste. All that sweetness is gone. That's really interesting. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't even say that there's any new notes or anything. Just the campfire ash is now almost the only note that's going on. Yeah, wow, that's a surprise. I was not expecting that. The nose kind of made it feel like it was going to be a little bit more, well, it was going to be more muted like it was on the nose, but that has just leapt out the glass in the taste. Just this absolute pounding of this light peat campfire ash effect. Really strange. Yeah, and yet the nose still kind of smells muted. Interesting. I'd say if someone's fairly new to peated whiskey or is maybe a fan of, say, some of the lighter Islay ones, maybe Colila for example, if they're a fan of that one, they might enjoy this one or make a transition into this one to see what's going on with some of the Highland peat. I would say if someone's fairly new to peated whiskey and wants to explore it, this would probably be quite good. It feels that little bit more subdued than an Islay peat. Islay peat is quite aggressive. I would say though, if they're wanting to explore it, maybe don't add water. I mean, not that. Add water, explore it and see what happens, but that's definitely made it more aggressive for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you find the same thing when you've added water to this? Let me know, give me a like, give me a share and subscribe, and of course, cheers to you all.